It's Mr. Fix-It back with another edition of The Quick Fix. Today we'll be looking at Ant-Man and the Wasp. This movie had a breezy story, fun characters, and was a welcome change of pace from, well...
You should have gone for the head.
But the second installment of the Ant-Man franchise had two teeny tiny, itty-bitty problems. The first one was the villain, Ghost. She showed up kind of late in the story, and almost immediately after we got our first impression of her, it subverted. The story ran through a lot of mystery and impact the character had pretty quick. So the movie starts with a flashback of Janet and Hank leaving Hope when she was a kid. But we cut out the missile bit and Hank explaining his plans to Hope, because we've already seen the flashback of Janet going subatomic, and Hope explains their plans again when Scott shows up. After the flashback, we go to a former S.H.I.E.L.D. facility. Suddenly, the alarm goes off and the guards are all saying that there's a robbery in progress, making us think that it's Scott. Instead, we see Ghost working her way through the guards and finding the plans for the quantum tunnel with Hank's name on them. But the scene is from the guard's perspective, so we don't get a good look at her. This way, our first impression is that this is someone to be scared of. The other small problem was Ant-Man himself. The movie felt like it wasn't so much Ant-Man and the Wasp as it was the Wasp. And Ant-Man was there too. Scott Lang could have been lifted right out of the story, and there wouldn't have been a huge impact on the plot. He really only had one scene that was absolutely crucial to the plot, and even then, he didn't do anything.
Oh, Jelly Bean.
He never really had his big moment.
It's okay.
Well, his big character moment.
Hi, I'm Scott.
So, we're introduced to Scott under house arrest. But his daily routine is interrupted by Ghost, who's tracked Scott down as a known and captive associate of Hank Pym. Ghost attacks him and demands to know where Hank is. Now, Scott has to think on his feet and use his smarts to fend her off without a suit. Scott improvising his way out of trouble like he did when he first stole the suit would be pretty cool to see again. At some point in the fight, Ghost passes through Scott.
Something just flew in me!
This triggers a vision of Janet in the quantum realm. And this is a better reason for Scott to have his vision instead of just suddenly having one. I know it's explained that the tunnel caused it, but that was much later and it happened off-screen. So this scene gives Scott a big moment to shine and can explain how Ghost found the lab in the first place. Because in the original movie, Ghost found the lab how exactly? Bill does say later he had Ava watching them, but how did she find them in the first place? Now Ghost can follow Scott when Hope takes him to the lab. And when Ghost actually gets the lab, it's now Scott's fault, making his character directly connected to their problems and the plot. And after Ghost gets the lab in this version, we've already seen her as a scary mystery villain, a formidable fighter, and a smart strategist. At this point, it seems as if she's not only unstoppable, but maybe even a little inhuman. So when it's revealed that she's also vulnerable and dying, the subversion works really well, and ultimately makes her character even more interesting. So, that's my quick fix for Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'd like to know what movie fixes you have in mind. So, email me at the link down below or post a comment. And remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see more movies get fixed. Until next time, I'm Mr. Fix-It for Fix the Flick.